Create a YouTube video strategy. Choose the right topic for the right audience. Want to know the best kept secret about being successful on YouTube or any other content platform? It has very little with you as the creator. You can be charismatic, funny, and smart, but if you don't provide value, your videos are useless. It's not about you or what you can gain. If you show up to YouTube looking to get something out of it, you probably won't be very successful. You need to focus on your audience, not yourself. Find your perfect audience for YouTube. Before you start working on your first script or storyboard, you must answer this question. Who is your audience? Knowing your audience will guide nearly every decision you make about your video. Knowing general information is helpful, but think about your specific audience. What are their problems? What will they learn from your video? How does your video benefit them? If you can't answer these basic questions, you need to dig deeper. The answers to these questions will guide you as you plan out and create your video. Expert's take. As you start looking at what your audience wants and needs, there are some things you can do to help you narrow your focus. Here's advice from YouTube experts who have learned from a lot of practice and work what you need to define your audience. YouTube marketing consultant Owen Video says, the very first thing we do is run our clients through a questionnaire that helps them to get the biggest topics that the audience would be interested in. Jeremy Vest, director of marketing for vidIQ, suggests that listening is critical because, if you don't listen to your audience, then you're not going to serve them very well. However, it's not all about just seeking what the viewer wants. Once you have a sense of your audience, you need to create content that matches your persona. It doesn't matter if your video doesn't work for other groups or other personas. When you're just starting out, you want your audience to be as specific as possible. Niche is good. Broad is bad. Focus your content on helping the viewer achieve their goals. If you're selling software, you need to make sure your video helps the viewer learn exactly what they need to be successful. Fernando Silva, account executive for Wistia, emphasizes this need and suggests that we must get a sense to what your audience is actually interested in and what they want to keep watching, or maybe what doesn't interest them. It helps you make better content in the future. If you work hard to understand your audience but aren't sure of what you should create for them, Tyler Lessard, vice president of marketing at Vidyard, stresses that you should focus more on the quality of the content and how you deliver it. Making sure it's relevant to your audience, and I think that's a simple way to start. Throw perfection out the window. Just start. It's really that simple. I know it can be tempting to watch the big-name YouTubers and think you have to create videos just like that and engage a massive audience all at once, but all of those thoughts can be paralyzing. I personally believe that we're all on the same plane, whether you're a business or whether you're an individual creator. Because we all start somewhere. Amy Landino, co-founder of Aftermark, and best-selling author of Vlog Like a Boss. Too many people worry about getting things perfect from the beginning. We paralyze ourselves into not creating anything or releasing our content because we're so concerned about whether we have all the right equipment, or if every part is perfect. What should you do if you find yourself stuck on making it perfect? Make sure your video is found on YouTube. A video can't be successful if no one sees it. You must consider search engine optimization, or SEO, when you start creating your video. There is a lot to learn and figure out, but mainly you want to get your content found by the people who are searching. 2 key ways to rank your YouTube videos are: make content that is good for the users, make content that is good for search engines. At the end of the day, you want your content to be found. SEO can be a hugely complicated endeavor, but you don't have to do everything at once. The creators we talked with made a few easy suggestions. Andrew Can, of TubeBuddy, recommends that you make your content focused on a specific topic and niches, which will help your content be more searchable. Many people spend time on broad terms that have so much competition they're never going to show up for in search, he said. If you show up on the race day, and you're not a runner and you've practiced once, you can't expect to win. So by practicing, by understanding that being more specific helps you be more discoverable, it helps you win. Find YouTube ideas and topics. Now that you know your audience, you may be wondering, what should I make a YouTube video about? The good news is that there are tons of ways to find YouTube video ideas that your audience is searching for. YouTube search. YouTube search is one of the best ways to find what people are looking for. When you come up with a content idea, do a quick YouTube search and see what comes back. Then look at the search results and decide if it's a saturated area or there's room to create a unique, valuable version. You want to choose topics that you're passionate about and that are relevant to your audience. When you have a basic topic idea, YouTube can help you narrow it down. Search YouTube by typing some keywords into the search bar. The autocomplete feature will give you additional keywords that YouTube suggests. Comments section. The comments section of videos and articles can be a great resource for YouTube video topics. Viewers often suggest additional topics or ask questions that suggest areas of interest for creating additional content. Communities and groups. Whether it's Twitter, a Facebook group, or a membership group, find like-minded people who will inspire you and help you out along the way. Don't discourage yourself by assuming you must go at it alone. Find a group that you can bounce ideas off of and ask questions. You might even come away with some different and better video topics to start with. Ask your audience. If you already have an audience, even a small one, it's worth asking them what types of content they would like to see. This is a surefire way to figure out what your audience wants to know, learn, and watch. Understand YouTube equipment for beginners. It can be easy to get overwhelmed and feel like you don't have the right tools to create your video. It's fun to have high-end equipment, and there is no question that better equipment can produce a better quality video. Keep in mind, too, that highly specialized equipment that can be complex to run, and requires considerable time and training to master. Especially as you're starting out, try not to worry too much about equipment. First, learn to get good at creating the content and worry about leveling up your gear later. So many people focus on, I don't have the right gear, and I don't have the right camera, but they don't really think about, well, what is my message? What am I trying to get across with my brand? They don't want to just be told, buy my product. If you can make someone feel something, if you can make them relate to what you're doing, that's more important than any piece of gear. Here is some of the basic gear outside of your phone you may want to consider if you are going to create high-quality YouTube videos. 1. Microphone. Whether for your mobile device, input directly into your camera, or even a digital recorder, a microphone will improve the overall quality of your video. A decent mic doesn't have to be expensive, but it is well worth it. 2. Screen recorder and video editor. When you choose screen recording software, pick a tool with built-in recording, editing, and sharing features. It will save you time and let you do all of your work in one tool. Recording your screen is a great way to make a YouTube video without a camera. At TechSmith, we think Camtasia is the perfect video editing software for beginners. If you want to learn more about Camtasia and its simple video editing functionality, check out this quick video from Tim Schmoyer of Video Creators. 3. Lighting. If you're recording camera video or even a webcam, video lighting will make a big difference in how you look, and the overall quality. 3-point lighting diagram lights will even improve the look of mobile device videos and can be a great investment. You don't have to pay a lot of money for lights when starting. Since lighting is a mixture of science and art, a basic set will help you create a professional-looking video. 4. Camera or webcam. Cameras can be large investments, ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars. While DSLRs or other high-end cameras can drastically improve the look of your video, they also add a ton of settings and options that need to be managed, increasing the complexity of shooting your video. An external webcam is a relatively inexpensive option to improve your video quality. Most built-in webcams are pretty low quality when compared to their external counterparts. Learn the first YouTube video you should make. There are all kinds of videos that people create on YouTube. The best video you can start with is an instructional video. According to a recent TechSmith study, 53% of people reported watching 2 or more instructional videos per week, up 152% compared to 2013. A simple tutorial or how-to video is a great way to get your feet wet. Set up your video recording. Now that you know your audience, have your topics planned out, and know what video to make, it's time to get started making your video. Write a script or outline. A script may seem pretty formal, but it's a great tool to help you stay focused. Plan out the visuals, shots, angles, graphics, etc. that go along with each line of dialogue. Record your desktop. Edit your video. Editing your video can be the most fun and most time-consuming part of the creation process. And for a beginner, it can definitely be the most overwhelming. Here are a few simple edits you can use to get started. Add titles, transitions, annotations, and more. Add a level of polish and professionalism to your videos with eye-catching titles, annotations, effects, and more. Click and drag them from the Tools panel to the timeline or canvas. Add a simple intro. A video intro leads your viewers into your content. Keep your intro simple and to the point. Viewers want to get to the meat of your content. They don't care about anything other than what you promised to teach them. Add music. Finally, you'll want to add music to your video. It will probably take you more time to choose the music you want to use than it will to actually add it to your video. Focus on good audio. Create a compelling outro. A YouTube outro is where you can add specific calls to action to your video. This can also be referred to as the end screen, and it is the last part of your video. Upload your video to YouTube. Uploading to YouTube is simple. If you use Camtasia to create your YouTube video, you'll have the option to share directly to YouTube from within the product. You'll simply have to log into YouTube and connect your YouTube account to Camtasia. Optimize your video for YouTube. As you start making your video, there are a few key areas you'll want to focus in on to make sure your video performs well in YouTube. By being strategic while you make your video, you'll give yourself a better shot at ranking on YouTube. Make longer videos. Longer videos generally rank higher than shorter ones. Make sure your keyword is spoken in your video. YouTube transcribes your content, so try and say your main keyword 1 to 2 times in the script.